How's it going, Vershon?
It's going good.
You've been around a long time. I'm sure a lot of the younger guys come to you and ask for leadership. With two other guys on the team, Gilbert and Dre Jacobs, they're part of an undefeated team at Florida State last year.
Yeah.
Do you see those guys kind of offering what that was like about being on that kind of a championship team to this team?
Yeah, they bring a lot of energy to practice. They show the love of football. They take the indie periods real serious, and they spread it on to the guys in their group, and they try to spread it on to the team. So, yeah, those guys bring great energy to the team.
Obviously, being a veteran in that offensive group, and you've seen plenty of quarterback work, just how has it been working through this camp and these practices alongside both Robbie and Lenoris?
It's been good. It's been good, You got to build relationships with the guys behind you, especially at center. You got to understand the cadence, understand how they run the offense themselves. So, being the center for both those guys, it's been real smooth, really seamless transition. Both the guys are doing good, and, the guys love everybody. So it's a real good seamless transition.
Torricelli and Kamara, it's two guys you work with on the interior that weren't here last year. What have you seen from the two of them so far in camp?
From both of them guys, they play hard. They're very physical, very active guys. They give it all they got on every play. They're both pretty funny guys, so it's a fun time being beside them. So they make it pretty easy.
Hey, Vershon, you were here last year when things weren't looking, particularly great for the O-line. What's different about this group from what you've seen so far in fall camp?
What's different with this group is we're taking this stuff off the field serious. We're communicating a lot more. We're making sure each other are okay. It's a brotherhood. Not saying the last O-line wasn't a brotherhood, but the last O-line was a little banged up. So this year we've been focused a lot on making sure our body is good and making sure we can make it through the season seamlessly and having continuity throughout every group and every person.
Yeah, going off what you said about staying healthy, you guys, relatively speaking, have been pretty healthy so far throughout fall camp. How much do you feel like stretching and whatnot has kind of impacted the way you guys have been able to stay fresh and whatnot?
It impacts it a lot. We take a lot of pride in making sure everybody's in the building doing some extra work because we don't want to fall behind on the curve and have some prehab on it before it becomes rehab. So we just want to make sure that whatever the ailment or whatever the injury or nick and knack bruise is taken care of before it happens. So stretching is really important.
Before last year, how much did you play center, whether at South Carolina or in high school?
Before last year, I would get a couple of snaps here and there under Eric Douglas, but not like no majority role on the snaps, but it was a good amount, enough for me to be able to transition and feel comfortable in the position.
What is the learning process from just hopping in there to, mastering the position?
Being able to communicate what you see to other guys, being able to make sure everybody sees the same thing as you, make sure everybody sees all five see through one set of eyes, and making sure the guys know what they're doing and being a leader in that standpoint, keeping good body language, and always having the guys ready to roll.
Going back to what you said about just taking care of each other off the field, I'm just curious, how would you describe your communication style and your style of leadership?
Like every once in a while, I'll go to a little Pilates little instruction. I'll invite guys to come with me, or I'll go to like a stretch zone. And I'll invite guys to come with me. I'll make sure that I can bring guys and show guys that the stuff that you do off the field will affect what you do on the field a lot. So I make sure they know they got to get into the tubs, just get some type of extracurricular work for your body before practice and after practice.
I'm sure you get asked about it a lot as an older guy, but what have you seen from Josiah so far, and how often does he come up to you asking questions and seeking advice and stuff?
You see a guy that wants to really hone in on his technique. He takes it very serious. He asks a lot of questions. He asks too many questions, but there's no such thing as too many questions. He's always in your ear trying to figure out things to do, but that's the same for all the other young guys. Cam, Blake, Jake, Recker, Parker, they all come and ask questions. They want to know something so they can get an edge in somehow, some way, so they're not behind in any way. Thank you.